Hello, everyone. Noto Addiction speaking here. And in today's video, we're going to discuss a really dark time that I haven't really mentioned this. And I remember this time, it was a really dark time for me when I had and typically really just gave up on life because of my gambling addiction. My gambling addiction, I got so tired of losing money back to back. It was a certain amount of time, especially after I stopped working, there was no more stimulation for me. I started getting in the endless cycle of just losing money back to back, and it got to the point where I just didn't care anymore. I was just sleeping there. I had to went to my mom's place and and I was staying there, and I was sleeping in the living room, and I was just so sad. I was so distraught. I just didn't know. It's almost like I had a sense of derealization to the world, because it got to the point where I started treating life like it wasn't real. I was really just existing. It's like I tried to just separate my mind from all the pain and stuff that I caused myself, from everything, from all the losses, from all the emotions that I've caused by losing everything and how I was feeling. And I typically really did give up on life at that point in time. This went on for about I believe at least like it was about 2 to like 3 weeks. I believe it was like a good 3 weeks strong. I was going through derealization, and this is when my sister was alive, and I was just letting myself go. I wasn't even really working out. I didn't want to go anywhere. I didn't want to do anything. Nothing really seemed real to me anymore, because I just detached myself from reality, and this is what really happened to me. And doing the gambling addiction was really the catalyst for that for me, because it just saddened me. I lost everything I had, and I kept continuing to lose everything I had. So all the time that I worked at my job, which is probably like almost to a year, at about 6 months, and I had absolutely nothing to show for it. So that in turn made me feel worthless. On top of that, I felt like I just failed everything. It put me in a horrible mind state. On top of that, I was drinking as well. So I was self-medicating and drinking in order to cope with the pain. So what I would do is I would go gamble and end up losing, or even if I won, it gets to the point where I won and it wasn't good. But then after I lost so big, I even stopped going to I even stopped gambling, because remember, I didn't want to go anywhere. I was so stuck in the derealization. My mom would bring in groceries from the store. It almost didn't seem like real. It just seemed like, oh, there's grocery stores out. It was just grocery stores out. I was extremely depressed. Extremely depressed. I was in a horrible funk. And my sister got me to come go out with her. My hair was just all over the place. It wasn't right. I wasn't taking care of it. I wasn't getting no haircut. It was nothing. I looked horrible. I actually ended up I guess I tried to go on a date or something. I tried to wear a scully cap to cover up my head to try to get back out there. This was toward the end, but I could tell the chick wasn't really feeling how I was with my energy, and I was trying to fake it. And I ended up telling the chick to take me to the liquor store so I could get me something to drink after we left. And we never really talked again after that, because I cared more about self-medicating than actually trying to get out and enjoy the date. And she reached out to me, so I couldn't even enjoy that. So this was around the time when I was trying to somewhat come back to reality. But the point was, guys, like, it really detached me. Like, my gambling addiction really caused me a big deep depression, to the point where I just didn't feel like I was living. I was literally just existing, guys. I can't really explain it, but nothing just felt real. I feel like I was living in a simulation. I'm not sure if I can really like explain that like that, but I felt like I was living in a simulation, and everything that was just happening wasn't real, and none of that. I like the news. I wasn't watching the news. I didn't think nothing was going on outside, because I wouldn't really leave the house like that, and it was just horrible for me. And going through the roller coaster of emotions, guys, like with the gambling, it almost took its toll on me, guys. It almost took its toll on me. I even had thoughts, those really dark thoughts. I don't really want to mention like that, but it could have been the end for me. But my mom kept trying to comfort me. She kept trying to do everything. She'll come by and rub the bed when I was laying down, I felt down, didn't want to do anything. I would get drunk and just go to sleep and repeat. And that was my life for those 3 weeks. And I forgot about this funk that I was in. But you never know. And the reason I wanted to tell y'all about this video is because, and like, be transparent with you guys, because you never know. Like, some of you guys might feel like this right now. Some of you guys might be creeping into that, or it might even be partially feeling like that. Feel like I'm just existing. I'm just doing this. I'm just working, and you feel like you're not going anywhere because you feel like your money's just going down the drain because of this addiction have such a big hold on you, and you want to leave it alone, but it's like you just can't leave it alone. And if you feel like it's consuming you, and you feel like you lost too much, you feel like you went too deep to really like give it up or leave it alone, and it's just taking a toll on you, and you feel like it's getting to the point where it's like you're not even enjoying life anymore. Everything is just sad. Everything is you creeping into a depression slightly, and you really don't even know it. I noticed a lot of people that when I used to leave out and I seen them lose, how like they would be inside of their playing. It seemed like they was uppity, but when you see them leave and they didn't lost their money, it seemed like reality just hit them, and it's almost like they turn into like sad zombies when they walk out that door back into the real world outside of there. It's almost like when you go into there, you get brainwashed when you go into there. Like, I'm talking about like actual, like tangible places, like real casinos. I'm not talking about the phone games, but it can have the same effect on you as well, because if you losing your stuff as well, but I'm just speaking on experiences that I had. So yeah, I've seen people like that have like a big funk and like really talking about the problem. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I just spent my bill money. I just spent my rent money. I had to pay their loan. Like, the amount of stress that's just mounted on top of them, just losing so much of their money and going into this merry-go-round of emotions with a prison of addiction that's holding you like a noose around your neck. Like, you just can't go anywhere. You just get prisoner to this addiction. And to be honest, for people that try to dumb it down, this is really a real thing, because a lot of people struggle with this and might not even want to admit it. So I was one of those people, but I'm gonna tell you right now, things can get better, and the more time you spend away from it, the better it'll get. But the thing is, you just going to have to let everything go, and that's a hard thing to do, especially when you feel like you've lost so much. You feel like you went too deep, and I feel like the only way I can get my money back or get my sanity back is if I win all my money back. But I'm gonna tell you right now, even if you win all your money back, you still ain't gonna feel all right. You're still not gonna be satisfied. You're not gonna be satisfied, because that's not fixing the problem. That's only feeding into what you think is going to work. And if you see that it works, you're going to continue to go down, and eventually you go back down that drain and might even lose twice as much. And then now you're backing down into a funk again. The cycle will never end. It might be longer intervals between when you go back down, but even if you win all your money back right now, that ain't gonna do nothing but entice you to go back and try to win even more money. And the more you get rewarded, the more you're gonna keep trying to come back, and then you know how the process goes. But for me, it was get to the point where I was just like at a really bad down time. I couldn't win for nothing. And it was almost like a sign saying that, yeah, I really need to stop, because I wasn't winning. I had a horrible losing streak. And not just saying, oh, he's just a loser. That's the only reason why he's complaining. But this happens to way more people than you think. And if you're a person that struggles with this addiction and actually having a problem, and you feel like it's a problem and you know it is, and it's an effect in your mental, this is something for you. It really is something for you. Don't be listening to these people saying, no, it's just not your day, or your day gonna come one day. Don't ever stop. I'm telling you right now. But when is enough gonna be enough? You know what I mean? When is enough gonna be enough? Everybody say they want to win $1 million, but how many times you got to lose your sanity till you get it? Will you even make it to that point? You see what I mean? Like, is it worth the risk of your mental health going down the drain? Because if it gets to that point, you might not even be here to enjoy the fruits of the labor, let alone, because a lot more people lose than win. And not saying, oh, I might be one of the ones that win, but I'm telling you right now, the process of trying to chase those wins is daunting on people. It daunts on you. But I'm just saying right now, if you're not one of those gamblers that have a big problem, you can just go there and leave. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to people that have real addictions, that have a problem, that really need to stop, and it's affecting their daily lives, and it's affecting their mental. And to the point where it's really just making them feel like less of a person, making them feel like they don't want to live anymore, which contributes to a lot of these rates going up behind this. A lot of people don't want to discuss this, but yes, a lot of the rates of people taking their own lives is behind this. And it's a very serious matter. It's not that people are weak-minded, it's just that when this addiction has a hold on you, is that it's hard to get up out of it because it feeds you so much dopamine, and it feeds you so much. It make you feel like you can win life on easy mode because you're getting money so quick, and you're so used to working so hard for your money. Most of the people that's working hard for their money, 9 to 5 workers, a lot of warehouse workers. There's a lot of type of people I see in the casino. Warehouse workers, hard working people, nurses, CNAs, all walks of life. Everybody come together. When everybody at the table, some people might be high rollers, some people might be low rollers, some people might be playing on $1, some people might be playing on 5 cents. But when everybody at the table, they all sharing the same thing. Everybody trying to get the same goal. So I'm just gonna say it right now, like, it's not that big of a deal, it's not that different. But anyway, if any of this resonated with you in any way, shape, or form, go on to click that like button, comment, subscribe, and click that notification bell so you'll be notified whenever I drop a video. And remember, guys, a gambler never wins until they quit. I'm out.
I'm all out of favors. Don't ask for nothing, had enough. They driving me crazy. And all I did was show them love. They turning to haters. As soon as I would tell them no. Don't ask for nothing, had enough. And all I did was show them love. I did so much stuff for some people, they came up and now they never will admit it. They took all advantage of me.